Hey, girlfriend.
Hey girl, hey.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, finally.
This is my bestie for life, Samantha Jade.
For life. Yeah, we're going on 30 years now.
Crazy,
Crazy.
crazy. I don't think either one of us remembers how or when we exactly met, but
Oh
you've
God,
just
no.
always been by my side in my life and truly a second sister to me.
First sister, if technically, if we're gonna get into I was born before Shan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
touche,
coming for you,
touche,
Shan.
touche.
But yeah, as long as I can remember, you've just been in my life. I don't remember life without you. I don't want to think about life without you.
No, I don't even want to think about it.
No,
What I'm so grateful for is how parallel our lives have always been.
truly.
We've been going through every rite of passage together from the very beginning, whether it was our first serious relationship, both of our
Shaving
parents
our legs
shaving our legs,
for the first time, our periods for the first time,
our
our
parents
parents.
divorced around the same time,
Yep.
we divorced around the same time.
Yep. Moving away from home, like just all of it. We've either done it together at the same time or one of us has done it first and helped the other through it. Truly every
And
season.
you were right there with me as I got sworn into the Canadian Forces.
Yep.
Whether you agreed with my decision or not, you were there every
I
step of the
did
way.
I didn't love it, but I certainly supported it, which has, I think, kind of been the theme for a lot of moments in our friendship. We've just kind of blindly supported each other in anything we've done.
Absolutely. And what's crazy about our relationship over all of these years, we've never really had any major falling outs.
No, which is wild to think about in 30 years of female friendship. There's never been like any big cat fight or huge argue. What do you think that is? Like, why do you think
I
we've
think
been able
it's definitely because we have different taste in men.
one hundred 110
Thank
percent
God.
Thank thank you, Jesus, for that. Because I think that's truly the secret to how we've managed to make this friendship last
Oh
as
my
long as we
God.
have. We've never run up against that challenge in our friendship, like jealousy over men at
We never
all.
had
There's
any jealousy about anything.
And I don't think it's that we're like not attracted to the same type of man. Like I think there could be some crossover there, but I think it's just that our friendship is so much more valuable to us than any silly boy drama ever could have been. And so it's
Yeah.
just something that has never ever come up. But God, imagine if it had.
Oh my God.
Might be catastrophic
We
for the
probably wouldn't
friendship.
be here talking about it.
Probably not. No.
There were a few years where we kind of I don't want to say that we drifted apart, but I think it was around the same time I was deploying overseas. And I still remember I was literally on the bus about to leave and you told me that you were pregnant.
Yeah. And I think that's probably the chapter in our lives where we were on the most different paths. Like we were just in such different
Yeah.
places in our lives at that time. I was becoming a mom and you were serving your country. Like it's very, very different places in life. Um, but even though we had drifted apart, um, I still very much knew that you were in my
Yeah.
life. You weren't going anywhere. You certainly weren't gone. It was a different season for us. And I remember probably the official comeback moment from that. We had obviously talked about our everything, but my 30th birthday, I remember I was having a huge birthday bash as I always do, and I had a house full of people eating dinner, and you and I were locked in my bathroom, crying, having deep life chats.
Yeah.
People knocking on the door saying, "Are you guys gonna come eat?" But we had to have it out, and we were just so happy to have gotten back from that. But but yeah, even through that season where we drifted so far apart, there was never any big fight or argument. There's
No.
really just been so much love and mutual respect.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The respect and admiration, like
Yeah.
admiration. We say that all the time. I wish you could see yourself through my eyes because you would be absolutely unstoppable if you did.
Yeah. And I think that we talk about that a lot, how important that is for each other to have that in our lives. And we certainly acknowledge that life is hard for us, but it's hard for everybody. And there's women out there who are doing this without a sister like we've got. And I can't even imagine because you're my go-to with everything, with my wins. You're the one I want to call and celebrate with because I know you're my biggest cheerleader with the hard days. When I need to be put in my place and you got to check me on my bullshit. You're the one I know is going to do it for me every single time. Like you're just my go-to for everything, and I feel so so sad for the women that don't have that.
I can't even imagine. I can't imagine, and I think it's so important for us to drive that point home today about sisterhood. And if you don't have someone that you can lean on in your life, then go and friggin' find somebody because I think there's too many people out there doing this alone. And
Yeah.
like you said, it's
And
it's hard enough.
as women, we've kind of been up against a narrative that teaches us that we have to pit ourselves against each other and that another woman's success takes away from my success. And that's something you and I have never subscribed to. Like, your wins are my wins. There's never jealousy. Like, I want to see great things happen for you just as much
Yeah.
as you want to see great things happen for me. And I think I think we kind of have a culture where we're taught that women are enemies to each other. Like, we got to get away from that. And we've got to really lean into how important this is and the sisterhood and women supporting women and building each other up.
Yeah.
And
Well,
um,
people have lost their tribes,
yeah,
you know?
100%.
We're all
100%.
out here parenting alone. We're out here maintaining homes by ourselves, away from our support networks. Like times have changed.
We've got to build our own village, and it starts with your soul sister, truly, because that's the one who's always going to show up. It was just 2 or 3 days ago, I think I said to you, "Thanks for being the most important mama in my life, even if you aren't mine." And I mean, you're someone I look up to as a mother, as a woman, as a friend, and yeah, we gotta surround ourselves with strong women. It's so imperative.
And it's wild that you say you look up to me as a mom because I look up to you as a mom. Like you've been paving the way and try not to get emotional here, but we are now in the position that we're able to teach our babies and shape our babies based on our own experiences. So, what would you tell your younger self now that we are in this chapter that we're in?
I think if I could go back and talk to my child self, the number one message I would want to drive home to that sweet little girl would probably be that at the end of the day, you I am the love of my own life. And I'm the only person I'm guaranteed to spend the rest of my life with. So I need to, first of all, just love myself. Second of all, take care of myself, be kind to myself. Um, but most of all, get to know myself because that's something that I really didn't start doing until adulthood. And I wish that I would have been able to have more years developing my sense of self as a young girl. Um, there's obviously a lot more I could go into with that answer, but I think just to give the tip of the iceberg, it would be, you know, you're it. At the end of the day, you're the one who comes to save you. You become your own hero. You're the one who gets it all done. You hold your own hand. And certainly there's people like you and my dad and people that I will lean on that will be my ride or dies and be with me through my entire life. Um, but I'm gonna spend a lot of time looking for love in the wrong places. And um, I need to spend more time and energy looking for that love in here. I think
Mhm.
that would be the number one lesson I would want to teach younger me if I could. What about you?
Honestly, it's along the same lines. I think it would be to love myself, know my worth without having to seek validation from others.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
And
so
it's
much
funny
easier said
because
than done.
yeah, I was gonna say, like my answer too, there's so much more we could go into with that. But also, I think if we could go back and teach each other something at a young age, our responses would probably be the same because these are things that we've been trying to teach ourselves and each other for a few decades now.
For a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, good
Yeah.
answer. That's awesome.
You
And like I said,
too.
now we have the chance to do that. We have our kids and we get to teach them exactly that, you know?
Exactly. And how healing that is. If there was one thing that you wanted to teach your children, one lesson you wanted to make sure you instill in little Frankie Grace, what would that be?
Honestly, kindness. Kindness,
Yeah.
kindness to yourself, kindness to others. If you can lead with your heart, everything will fall into place.
Yeah. That's such a big one.
And we talk about grace all the time. We both named our daughters Grace.
Yeah. What are the chances?
What are the chances? And I remember asking you permission, like how do you feel about this? I know you've got a Grace. Um, but I mean that in itself is just such a sweet, sweet connection that we have.
One
Not
of
surprising
many,
at all that we would name our daughters the same freaking thing.
of course. And it would be a name that is like so symbolic
It
to
is.
us both in so many different ways, individually and in our friendship.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love you so much.
I love you. What is something that you have admired about me? Or what is something that, you know me better than anybody and you've known me longer than anybody. What's something that you have seen in me, over the years that hasn't necessarily changed?
There's a lot of things. There's a ton of things that come to mind. Like I just fangirl over you so hard all the time. Because I think you're amazing. But I think the number one thing that sticks out to me that has just always been a characteristic of yours our whole lives and something that I admire so much because it's something I struggle with is you have just always been so authentically you. You are someone you've never tried to be somebody that you aren't ever our whole lives. And if you ever wanted to if you it's like if you ever had that desire to embody something that you weren't, you just became it. And that's, you've just done that our whole lives. Anything you wanted to be, you became it. So you never had to pretend to be anything you aren't. You've just always showed up as Steph, 100% real and authentic Steph. And, um, I remember what that looked like as kids. You just you knew who you were and you showed up as you all the time. And I remember in grade school, your color-coded dividers in your binders, and you had your outfits planned out Monday to Friday on the weekend, and you just knew who you were and you didn't give a single fuck what anyone had to say about it, and you showed up as you and you walked proud in your tracks, and I've always admired that about you. And I remember that even as kids, and obviously that's just something that you've grown more into
Well,
as
thank
an
you.
adult, I think.
That's an amazing compliment. Thank you.
Oh, of course.
And
What about,
honestly,
okay, now me, my turn. What time to talk about me?
yeah, your favorite part.
Always.
Oh man, that is so hard because like you said, there's so many things. There's so many things. I think your intelligence and your wit
Wow.
is just unmatched. You know, we
Thank you.
can talk shit and
Which we do.
we do that very well. But then you can flick on the switch and, pull out your amazing vocabulary and your amazing experiences and truly kill people with your words. You are a weapon. You are a weapon.
Oh, that is as somebody with a love of linguistics and literature, that is a huge
No,
compliment
you are
for
you
me.
are you're brilliant. You're brilliant. You
Thanks,
know how
babe.
to have fun, but you can also get shit done. And I've always admired that about you.
Oh, thank you, babe.
And here we are in the middle of another life career change, the two of us,
Yeah, once again, our lives parallel. We're both just doing a 180 in our mid 30s.
at the exact same time.
Of course.
How cool.
How cool, but how lucky are we to have each other? I can't imagine doing it without you.
No, no, I don't want to. We don't have to.
And I think it's important to note that both of us are kind of experiencing this career change in tandem with other major life changes. We've just really, it's not just our careers where we've done a 180. You and I have both taken our well-being into our hands and decided I'm not going to live a life of struggle. I'm going to live well, and I'm going to make sure my children live well. And we've both just gone so hard with that and supported each other in that. Um, I think probably both safe to say since coming into our 30s, um, but with each
Absolutely.
other.
Between finding faith, you almost have an entire year of sobriety under your belt, which
Next
is,
month,
girl,
yeah.
if you can do it, anybody can do it. Because,
Yeah, and that's why I try to recover out loud, right? Is because anyone who knew me in my drinking days, I was a drinker, I was a partier, I was the number one person trying to figure out what was going on the weekends. So I think, yeah, my life really is testimony to that. If anybody can decide living well is worth more than feeling good on a Friday night,
yeah,
then
absolutely.
yeah,
We're breaking those patterns, we're breaking cycles, we're showing up as the best versions of ourselves, showing up as the best moms that we can be, teaching our kids boundaries. That's a big
yeah.
one that we're both learning now. Who knew that boundaries were even a thing?
Boundaries, emotional regulation, and we're learning it together now too, and learning how to teach it to our kids at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. And I didn't expect it, but I've started working a lot with kids between yoga classes and going into schools and stuff. Was never really around children in the military, and they are magical, man. Like
Magical and so healing to be
so
around
healing.
little young humans and their still to be shaped minds.
It's it's a blessing.
It is. Yeah.
What is something that you would say we've taught each other?
Oh, that one is easy for me. Of course, grace. I think it's something that it took us both a long time to learn, to give others in our lives as well as ourselves. But it's something that we always remind each other of. Um, and it's not the reason that we both named our daughters Grace, it just happened that way. But we always say to each other, I wish you could see me through, you could see yourself through my eyes,
Yeah.
because we are each other's biggest fans and biggest cheerleaders. And when one of us is getting down on themselves, it's always the other one who is just kind of scoffing
Yeah.
at what the other one's saying. And by having that steady constant in my life of just you always reminding me that I'm worthy and I'm loved and I'm doing a good job,
Mhm.
and I don't have to be perfect all the time. It it helps me remind myself of that too. And you've always been there driving that message home to me, and I've always tried to be there and do that for you. So I think that would be the number one thing, is we've taught each other grace,
Absolutely.
to give each other grace and to give ourselves grace above all.
Uh-oh, we're running out of time.
We could talk for hours.
Yeah.
We
All right.
do.
Remaining time, 10 minutes.
All right, I guess maybe we should think about how to wrap it up.
Oh my God. Okay, what do we got here? I would be remiss if I didn't mention, like, you are with me every day through absolutely everything that I do, like, truly. But one of my favorite memories ever throughout my career was thinking about you when I would be doing the craziest shit, whether I was out on a ruck march or, out in the middle of the bush at 2 o'clock in the morning on a patrol or an exercise or just in the shit with the army. And I could just hear your voice beside me going, "No fucking way. Get me out of here. I am not doing that. No way." And that is what got me through a lot of really dark times in my military career was like, what would Samantha do?
Uh,
And you were with me in like some of the darkest times because you would never even find yourself there in the first place.
in a way, I've done some service too. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
pretty much.
No, I love that. And it's funny because we sit here and we talk about how we're soul sisters and we've gone through our whole lives together, but in other ways we are so
Oh my
different.
God.
And yeah, there's no way you would tell me stories from basic and I would get upset for you. I would want to be calling a lawyer and
Somebody call my
suing
father and get me
somebody.
the fuck out of
Yeah.
here.
My dad is on his way.
Yeah, do you know who he is?
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't last,
Oh
um
my God.
but yeah, I was there in spirit, still supporting you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Every step of the
Uh,
way.
if you had to think, I know that's one of your favorite memories of our friendship, but if you could think of one favorite memory of something like of us actually together where I was there, what do you think, what would be like
Oh
your
my God.
favorite? It's so hard
It's
because
so hard.
my whole life you've just been there, so it's
I know. It's so hard to just pick one. I think, honestly, like back in the day, obviously, before we all moved away and everything, I just always remember it being me, you, and Shan, my sister. It was like my two sisters. We were
yeah.
always just a threesome. And also, I think it was very cool and very lucky that we got to go to Thailand together in high school.
Yeah, yeah. When we were 16, we got to go on a school trip, which just the way it happened, it ended up being a very intimate school trip. There was only four students that went, and it was us two, and then another close girlfriend of ours who we both still love and stay in touch with, and then another kid, a boy from our school
Yeah.
who I think we are all probably still in touch with here and there as well. But what are the chances that we would get to go across the country together at the age of 16 and just experience what probably is as different of a culture from what we were
Oh my God.
used to?
Yeah, the other
Yeah.
side of the world. And I am still proud to say that I threw up on the most holy temple in Thailand.
Yep. Yeah, right beside all the tourist shoes.
Right there. Yep.
Because Steph could not contain herself at the all-you-can-eat buffet that
Oh.
morning for breakfast. And then we were in 42 degrees in Bangkok. And yeah, Steph
A continental
upchucked.
breakfast was a good spread, okay? Always here for the snacks.
You've always had a good appetite. That's another thing that I've remembered about you as long as I've known you.
Remember they used to call me Lunchbox in high school?
Because you came to every single period with a fully packed lunchbox. You obviously restocked at the locker between
The only
periods.
person ever allowed to eat in class.
Yeah, like how did you get every teacher to bend the rules for you?
I think they knew what would happen if I didn't have my snacks.
Probably. Yeah. Oh, oh gosh, I love you. It's so funny how we both have such different quirks and personality traits, but
And we're both very type A, so it's another like big surprise that we haven't gotten into more fights.
yeah, I think we could probably do a whole other episode on why we think that is. Just why we think we've been able to make our friendship work, but yeah, I think it probably all comes down to respect. Just we respect each other so much.
Totally. I think we're gearing up for some more episodes. We have so much to talk about.
Oh my gosh, we could yap for a lot longer than
And we do.
this.
We do.
And we do. And we probably will
I'll
after we
probably
finish
call you as soon as
recording.
we hang up.
Yeah, I know you will.
Well, my darling, thank you for being here today. I'm so grateful. You've been my number one supporter, and you have watched Batty Bondas grow from the ground up. And I'm just so grateful to be here, and I can't wait to see where it's all going to go.
Yeah, this kind of feels like a full circle moment for me because I really have been watching Batty Bondas from the very beginning, and I have been there to be a lended ear when you've had anxieties or doubts or wins and celebrations. And I've just had so much admiration for what you're doing and the community you're building here and the strong women that I see highlighted on your page. And to be among those women, it's an honor to be in these ranks. So I'm so grateful to be here today. Thank you.
I love you so much,
I
and
love you so much.
I'm already excited for the next episode.
I think, oh yeah, I've already got ideas. We've got lots to
Oh,
yap
yeah.
about.
Well, I love you, my darling, and don't ever change.
You neither. I love you so much. I'm so grateful for you.
We'll talk soon. Love you long time.
Love you.
Bye.